Located at the heart of the West Australian goldfields, almost 600 kilometres east of Perth, Kalgoorlie was the next stop for some astrophotography. Its history dates back to the 1890s gold rush and has a deep mining heritage, as well as a strong cultural significance to the Wangata people. Thick clouds had started to roll in, putting any plans for some Astro on hold, so we decided to explore the town and head out to the Two-Up School to check out its potential for the following night.
So here we are in downtown Kalgoorlie. Got here this afternoon, and of course the sky is completely clouded over. So tonight looks like a bit of a write-off, but we're going to spend this afternoon just in a bit of a scout. So we've come into the main street of Kalgoorlie, and we're going to head out to the Two-Up School as well and have a look there. And that's definitely one place that we may be able to get in there and actually capture the Milky Way, either inside or even just around the outside. Out at the Two-Up School at the moment, just to see if it's going to be, if we're going to be able to shoot the Milky Way from here. It looks like we can. Quite a decent time too. It looks like about 8:30 the Milky Way will be above the Two-Up School, so about here. So it's probably something that we're going to come back either tomorrow night or the night after. We're still scouting around. We've come past an area that seems to have a couple of the tops of the mine shafts. We're wondering if that actually might make a good foreground. So we're just checking the alignment. It looks like it could be good. We just need to get the right angle. There's actually quite a few things around here that could be interesting. There's the tops of the mines. We also passed some large wheels that probably would have come off some big trucks. I think that actually could be quite good as well. So there's a couple of things around here, and this is not that far out of Kalgoorlie, and it might make an easy shoot tonight. We're definitely looking at doing the Two-Up School. That's definitely on our list of places to visit, and that's again, it's not that far out of Kalgoorlie, and this could be another one, and just as another location for the night.
Currently out at Orabunda, and we were coming out here as a bit of a scout. There is an old tavern, or there was an old tavern, which was rebuilt over a number of times and reopened again in 2002. So we were hoping to come out here and maybe use this as a Milky Way foreground, or as a foreground for the Milky Way. But as you can see, it's seen better days. I don't think we'll be able to use this at all. Interesting places, probably blink and you miss it. Back in its heyday, Orabunda would be home to about 2,000 people. We would come out here, maybe do a bit of mining, prospecting. Definitely not many people around at the moment. Since we were starting to run low on fuel, we decided to head back to Kalgoorlie when Greg spotted some interesting structures near the side of the road. So while driving along the road, Greg noticed some old mines. They've not been used for a while, but we decided to stop and have a quick look.
So this is another one of the holes. This one looks a bit more substantial. Don't know if you'll be able to hear this. I might just take my microphone off. And here we go. Chuck the stone down the hole. Probably about 20 metres or more.
Deep enough.
Deep enough that I wouldn't be wanting to fall down there in the dark, that's for sure.
Or in the light.
Or in the light. Yeah, good point.
That was a bit deep.
Too deep to bounce.
Yeah. But the whole concept of just coming in and out of somewhere like this all day long.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, spend all day down there pulling dirt out of the ground.
Yep. So there was somebody up here to pull it up, and then somebody down at the bottom digging.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that quick exploration, we were back on the road and spent some time doing the tourist thing while waiting for nightfall before heading out to a hopefully deserted two-up school. So after a day of scouting, we've come back to the two-up school. It's one of the first places that we actually explored during the day, and it's definitely a place that we wanted to come back to. It's very Australian. It's got a lot of history to it, and seems to just fit the whole goldfields area. So I'm going to go inside and set up a time lapse. There's a bit of a roof around the edges, but the majority of the roof is actually missing, so we can actually shoot through the middle, which is going to be great for a time lapse, I think. When I've got that running, I'm going to come back out here. I'm going to do a couple of shots with the two-up school in a landscape setup with the Milky Way, hopefully, and then probably look at doing a bit of a panorama. Okay, so I'm inside the two-up shed at the moment. I've got my Canon EOS R set up to do the time lapse. My expectation is that the Milky Way is going to rise through this area here, which is where there is no roof, so we should be able to see that quite easily. Greg's had a similar idea, but he's set up over to the side, and he's going to be doing some star trails. So maybe if I ask him nicely afterwards, he might be able to share his image from that, and I'll show that here too. So I'm just going to get this set up. The settings I have at the moment are, it's a 16mm lens, so I've got 25 seconds, f2.8 and an ISO of 2000. And that should allow me to have the exposure long enough to be able to capture the Milky Way. We are seeing that there's a fair bit of light pollution. Kalgoorlie is just down to the south of where we are now, so we are getting a bit of light coming from this town, but hopefully it will still allow us to see the Milky Way coming through. All right, I'm going to get this set up now and get this started, and hopefully once it's all put together, here's the time lapse. It's getting a bit cold now, definitely starting to feel that. There's also a couple of bugs out, things like that, but still enjoying this. It was a little bit early to start shooting the Milky Way. It was still quite low on the horizon, so Greg was showing me row of Uchi. Is that sound about right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
row of Uchi, cloud
yeah.
complex.
Excellent. So I'll probably forget that in about 30 seconds, but that was good fun. So we set up the tracker. I had my 100mm f2.8s going, and managed to take about 20 shots. I'm going to stack them and just see what detail and color I can bring out on those shots. Now that the Milky Way has risen a little bit more, we're back looking at taking some images of the two-up school. I'm trying to work out the best place to place the camera. I'm trying to combat the light pollution from Kalgoorlie. We've got the Milky Way here, and then we've got a whole heap of trees here, and we've got the school round about here. So ideally, with trees were over that way, Milky Way was a little bit in better, that would be good, but that's not going to happen. So I am trying to work out where it's best to put the camera. I am looking at about 30 seconds and f1.4, and I've got the ISO down to 400, which is quite low, but I am on the tracker at the moment, so that makes things a bit easier. I probably could push that 30 seconds out to about 60 seconds without any problems. When I was photographing row of Uchi at 100mm, I was comfortably taking 30-second shots. So at 100mm, that's actually quite good. So I'm expecting to be able to push out the exposure time on this one from 30 seconds to a minute, maybe 2 minutes, but we'll see how we go. But given that I'm already at ISO 400, it may not need to go that long. I'm going to take some single shots. The Milky Way is starting to come up over the two-up school. and I want to get a shot of the two obscure with the Milky Way just over the top of it. Greg is actually setting up some low-level lighting at the moment, so that should light up the scene quite nicely. So I'm going to get started and try and take some shots. So we tried some low-level lighting, didn't quite work the way we expected. So we've gone for some light painting. It's about f5.6, 10 seconds, ISO 800. So just waving some lights across the building, and that's come out quite nice. So we've used a base image. So we're taking one image, it's probably quite a bit dark, and then we've taken an image with some light painting on the left, and then another one with some light painting on the right. I think I've got the building done, so I'm starting to focus on the sky. As I said before, I've got the Skywatcher Star Adventurer 2 set up, and that's allowing me to take a test shot that I just did just then of ISO 400 for a minute, but that's at f1.8. So I've got the 20mm lens on, the new one that I've been testing this trip. So it does go down to f1.4, but I'm trying it at something a little bit different. So I'm trying f1.8 to see how that goes, which still, ISO 400 for a minute at f1.8, that's still pretty good. I'm wondering if it'll actually make a difference when I compare it to the shots I took on the previous night. Okay, so just a bit of an update. I've just done my test shot of the Milky Way, took that, recorded a little piece just then, and then did another shot, and in that couple of minutes there's been a whole heap of cloud that's just come straight through. I originally thought it was just coming down from the right, but on the camera I can actually see cloud coming straight across, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. I think I can save the test shot that I've already done, and I've done another shot just above that so I can get more of the Milky Way. I'm hoping that between the two of them I can maybe blend them together and get a decent image out of it. I don't know how long these clouds are going to last for. So yeah, that could be a bit of a problem, but either way, here's the image.
We're still scouting around. We come around. We still along. Yeah.
It's a very Australian. I've got the face tracking happening as well. Oh, me.
Just let it go.